A metronome and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Europe. This is the most badass YouTube broadcast in all. No land, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tommy C. This shopping for you. Matt behind the glass. How you all doing? Thank you very much. You know, I've done my best to make a joke out of stuff like as best you can. I mean, who wrote this? I have to shout this fan out before the show went on the air. Let me see if I can get that sucker right in here. I think Berserk. Late evening, everyone. No, I think I can't scroll back that far. But Berserker, if I have to, I'm gonna like not quote tweet you, summarize what you said. Like, this thing had all the potential to just be an hysterical drama, and it dissolved into what you usually dissolved into. We have been avoiding this kind of stuff, if humanly possible. And I was like, oh, here it is. Oh, there you go. There you go. She put it in chat now. Super. The drama started with potential to be absolutely hilarious, but now the drama needs devolved in the R word, pedo, allegations, all that good stuff. It seems, is what I said. Yeah, that's exactly what you said. And it caught my eye. And I've been promising you guys, be keeping you waiting. I think we've done a really good job since late, early 2021 doing all that stuff. This one, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of laughs here. Maybe at the end of the show when this up. Because I got to be honest with you. By the time you're done with this, you're going to know two things. That Mizkif is about as big as YouTube influencer fraud on the planet. The guy has, this guy's a concentration camp guard. He'll say anything. He'll do anything to keep the fame. As his friends group will do as well. And even his enemies. I mean, look how far the gamblers were willing to go. They will burn it all down. I haven't been keeping up with this drama. Quick rundown. Yeah, I'll stop everything for you, Caleb. Thanks for the $4.99.
There was gambling, there was rape, there was false everything.
Watch the old video, you dummy. Yeah. Send me more money. Two things. This guy is a psychotic fraud and will say and do anything. We kind of saw that with the Ice Poseidon tweets. I don't need you anymore. Because that's how they look at things, right?
Yeah.
He definitely, I don't know if cover-up's the right word. He suppressed a potential story. He definitely did out of his way to protect his friend, to suppress the story. And when it was perfectly suppressed, he was absolutely cool to just kind of burp and laugh it off like it was no big deal. That's a fact, all right? But there is another side to this that absolutely nobody will give you. Mostly because I am not covered under the Twitch left-wing ethics codes. I can say what I want, and I don't care if somebody calls me a rape apologist or anything. I just don't give a fuck. I've been called everything under the sun anyway. So I can afford to be honest, and I'm not bound by some phony code that they don't follow to begin with. I can say what I want. And the other thing I'm going to say, and this might be a little bit shocking, is, although why I don't think she's lying, I don't know if she's being completely honest, not about the situation that happened to her. I don't think Adriana, how do I phrase this? I don't think Adriana can be is really, she can't shed any light on this. She was unconscious by her own admission. Adriana is really not credible because she wasn't conscious when the whole thing went down. And Adriana's put herself in the position, or somebody put her in the position, where now they can kind of rewrite history, and we'll get to that as it's convenient, because it happened just a couple hours ago, and Nick DiOrio found it. There's another problem here, and I said this as a joke yesterday. We don't know if Adriana was told the truth. We don't know who told her. We don't know who saw this particular assault. And if there was an assault, let's go through it real quick. There was an assault. These guys told her the next day, oh, wait a minute. They didn't tell her she was assaulted. We'll get to that later. They didn't do anything. Nobody kicked his ass like they would have when I was a fucking teenager or in my 20s. And she didn't talk about it until a year and a half till one of her friends blabbed her mouth. And she was more mad at her friend blabbing her mouth than what allegedly happened to her. But only recently and very conveniently, and it may not be her, somebody could have made it convenient to her because there's a serious problem here. And you're going to see in a minute. Because prior to train wrecks, there was no allegation of sexual assault. It didn't exist by anyone. It was kept secret. It looks like just for a couple hours ago. And to me, it looks like it was put there because they realized there's a real fucking problem with their story. Or Maya's story. There's a real problem with it. And you'll see why. So let's go over it. Let's go over this thing right here. First thing. Actually, we'll get to that jerk off later. All right. This is what Adriana first wrote in July of 2021. This happened a year and a half earlier. And she was addressing the situation where she was allegedly... No, she wasn't. You'll see. I never thought I'd make one of these, but here we are. I was the girl that Norva was talking about in the clip on LSF. Link below. On January 19th, 2020, I went to Norva's 21st birthday party, and because I went with some of my closest friends, I believed it would be a safe place for me to enjoy. I got very intoxicated and ended up blacked out. Done that before. No judgment. Leading to the rest of the story that I've heard from multiple witnesses. Who are these witnesses? And how I feel about it. I was told that I was kissing my best friend, Enya, and another one of my close friends at the time, consensually. Crazy Slick was following me around, trying to kiss me, trying to kiss her, and at one point I was told that I ended up kissing. We ended up kissing, excuse me. Then, Apparently, I was passed out in one of the rooms at the party, and he came into the room while I was unconscious. He came into the room a couple times. Just let that happen. After being asked to leave and touch me alone, after being asked to leave me alone each time. Well, you think you'd do a little more than that. So I can only assume that when these couple of times, one of those people witnessed a sexual assault, right? Right? Keep that in mind. In two of those incidents, he touched my neck and chest, saying he was just, quote, just making sure I was alive. After being assured by my friends that I was okay, as they were watching over me, whether or not his intentions were out of genuine concern, I don't know. To be clear, he did not rape me or assault me, but his actions did make me feel uncomfortable, or so you were told, because you weren't awake. This doesn't make sense. And it also, not to mention the fact, how did Trainwrecks know she was assaulted if she had come out and said I wasn't assaulted? Oh, I know. She was talked into making this. And that might be true, but it still doesn't make sense. To be clear, he did not rape me or assault me, but his actions did make me feel uncomfortable. Make me feel uncomfortable too. Unless it was a hot chick. But that's a different story. All I can say is how I feel after this story. I woke up to a text of a friend that I just met that weekend, and I'm grateful to have my friends that kept me safe because I feel, wait a minute, they kept you safe? Oh, I don't know. Nick DiOrio found this thing that you didn't find out that you were assaulted until recently. Nick posted this about 5 hours ago, and this live stream fails currently says, Adriana Lee states she didn't know about the SA until recently, quote, and that she had been told
What
Told Slick only touched her on the wrist and the neck up until the time she was writing the twit longer. $10. Reminder, Mizkif happily filmed the entire Horseshoe Bay abuse and humiliation of Caroline and Ice beside him. Yeah, I remember that. That's not nothing to do with this, but thank you. So she didn't find out till recently. So her good friends that were keeping her safe just left the titty part out. She's with a bunch of loser Twitch streamers that are looking to social climb. And we'll see that here. Somebody even tried to use her story a year. She didn't want to talk about this until a friend of hers or ex-friend of hers talked about it publicly without her permission. As someone who's been taken advantage of for my sexuality and being drunk in the past, this reinforced a lot of trauma for me. Knowing that he found Enya and I were making out was hot, and he tried to get something out of it, is something that made me very, very uncomfortable. So, all right, yeah. So I think I think he tried to get laid, which I believe. That's a long shot from sexual battery, man. That's a long thing. Touching a girl while she's asleep and going in and out and checking if she's in the mood while there's a bunch of people around is like two different things. Or if you're like me, this whole story's bullshit from the top down. Again, I'm not saying she's fucking lying, but the story doesn't make sense. And I'm not defending this Slick guy, but the story doesn't make sense. And we got to go into the future and change the past. I can clarify any facts and even say what happened because I was blackout. I can't clarify any facts or even say what happened because I was blackout drunk then, unconscious. Well, she's not a good time. She can't say what happened. She doesn't know if she was lied to or not. And I am no longer saying this is a joke because I said yesterday, wouldn't it be funny if? I'm wondering, like, she could have been lied to. Easily. Because it's just tough for me to believe if somebody was following a breast or doing something in the realm of sexual battery that like people wouldn't be freaking out. They wouldn't wait a year to tell her. Or two. Because we don't know when they tell her. Because that word recently, it could be 3 months ago. It could be 6 months ago. It could have been this week. It could have been after Trainwreck's tweet. And that's significant. But it doesn't matter because this story's dead after this. Because there's no way we can trust any... If somebody tries to answer any of my questions, I wouldn't believe them. Period. I don't know how anybody could. We don't know if she was lied to. We have no idea. We can concretely say we have no idea if she was lied to. And considering the company that she keeps and what they're willing to do to protect their gambling on Twitch, to destroy somebody else, it could be anything. And it's not hard to believe that some up-and-coming streamers or somebody that just hated Slick said he touched her breast a year and a half, almost 2 years later. How did Trainwrecks know she was fondled? Was she there? Who were these friends of hers that told her or, wait, didn't tell her? Nothing makes sense. Nothing. See, I'm very grateful, my brother. Blah, blah, blah. That's okay. This is where it gets it. As for Nova, she had me blocked before today for whatever reason. Nova had no right to air my trauma out in stream. I would agree with that. And she wasn't even in the room to help, let alone see what happened. She wasn't even in the room. Okay. Well, they didn't help you either. They didn't tell you for a year and a half you got assaulted. You know, I had to cancel my plans today because of the stress that it brought me and being pressured to talk about something that I wasn't ready and afraid to talk about. She unblocked me to tell me she talked about my story and to my other close friends on stream. Now, is it possible she's close? I guess, right. If she wasn't even in the room to help her, how the fuck did she know? How did she know that he walked in and out of the room? Because at this stage, we don't know about the assault. Both parties, including Slickster, say no SA, no rape. SA was only confirmed recently. And I would say conveniently. Again, not that she's playing the games. I have no idea. Or this was put out recently because being mad about the assault saying that you were coerced doesn't make sense. Because that's the story now. She was coerced and making into a bullshit statement. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Because you were unconscious. Oh, but I only found out recently. No, bullshit. I had to cancel my plans today because I was afraid to talk about it. It was not her place to talk about my story and my trauma. I would agree with that. He's blatantly asked me to come out about it because she looks bad. She replied to her own tweet, acting like she was doing me a favor for airing this out. Yeah, I could see that. See what the Twitch people. That's why you can't trust the Twitch people. That's why you can't trust recently. If it is truly cared, she would have reached out to me before going on stream to talk about it. All right. Make a long story short, she's more pissed off about this girl coming out about this situation that wasn't SA, that wasn't a rape, than she's mad about the incident. And again, more strangeness. I'm incredibly sorry for making Adriana feel uncomfortable at a party a year ago. So he's only willing to talk about it when it was released by Nova. I'm very sorry to all her friends that night for having put up with me. I was drunk and obnoxious. My intentions were to check her pulse because I was worried. So guess what? Everybody accepted that story back then, including the people that saw it. But wait a minute. The people that saw it are now saying it was SA. I realized that it was overstepping. I should have let her friends take care of her. That's probably what was happening. Hey, let me hang out. Come on. Get out of here. There's no excuse for my behavior. I hope that she can forgive me. Actually, I'm deeply sorry to everyone else. I made it feel uncomfortable. He's not apologizing for SA. On stream, on party, anywhere else. It's never been my intention to make people scared or uncomfortable. I feel awful that I was cursed. And she was happy with this statement. And not only was she happy with the statement, she verified the statement. Only recently has she been accused, or I guess, who knows, maybe talked into, saying that she was forced into this, the whole power dynamic thing. That's recent. Because that makes this statement look kind of weird. And it makes it all look completely like this thing happened. It makes no sense that she was told recently. Like none. Zero. So shortly after, I wouldn't say shortly this, I guess it came up in the stream. And nobody can verify when the stream took place. I don't know how, it couldn't have been too long ago because it's classic WoW, Burning Crusade, that wasn't recently released. So, you can listen and you see like, Mizkif doesn't give a rat's fucking ass. He doesn't think it's sexual assault.
I don't think there's a single person that we used to hang out with that doesn't hang out with Slick anymore because of what happened. I actually think there's literally none. Because the reality is, worst comes to worst of it, it's fucking like sexual harassment, right? I mean, like no one, of what you can deem of it, it's sexual harassment, whatever. At a low scale, it's not really a big deal.
I would love to find out when this is important. When was this broadcast? That's huge. You know why? Because this, I guess she said she was sent this by Destiny recently.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any motherfucking sense. If I were to say something this cold in a situation that I was involved in about another girl's uncomfortableness at a party, as small as I am, I'm like 0.25% of how big Mizkif, I would hear about it. I might even get torched, maybe canceled. It is next to impossible for me to believe that she wasn't tagged in this when it happened. So she's saying Destiny sent it recently.
Of what you can deem of it, it's sexual harassment, whatever. At a low scale, it's not really a big deal. I don't think people really gave a shit and really cared. I'm gonna turn this off if you're gonna be like this. I'll just turn it off. Of what you can deem of it, it's sexual harassment, whatever. At a low scale, it's not really a big deal. I don't think people really gave a shit and really cared. I'm gonna turn this off if you're gonna be like this. I'll just turn it off.
So here's another thing. As far as he knows, at this point, depending on when this took place, he wasn't in the room, was he? Does anybody said that he was in the room?
I haven't heard
Due to
anything
both joint statements from her and him, it is completely reasonable for Mizkif to come to the conclusion that this was just sexual assault. I don't believe that. Why? Because Trainwrecks knew it was something more than that. And that means it's probably been circling around the community. I don't believe this is the first time she's seen this. I don't believe this is the first time that she's aware of this. Why would you be shocked? You're the one that put the statement out. And unless he was aware that you were assaulted, you all covered it up. You too. Everybody covered this up. Or did they? There's no way to tell. Nobody's credible. I have a tough, and that's it, like I said, and it's circumstantial. I have a tough time believing that she didn't get this. I have a tough time believing that this is the first time she was aware of it. And it's also very important when she found out how recently she was sexually assaulted. Because if she knew all along, she covered it up. And that's why that's more than likely why this was put out. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Are we back? Okay. We back alive yet? Sorry about that. We should be.
I think we are.
Okay,
yeah, we are back. We are back.
We're back. Okay, good. I can't show you the tape. This is the second time it happened too, and I didn't make the connection the first time. I have audio of Adriana saying she was only recently told. I'm not terribly sure when that's from. It looks like it's pretty recent, like last 24 hours. So for some reason, that particular file I got, you actually can go see it from Nick's tweet. If I'm not mistaken, let's see if I can find that. You can go see it from Nick's tweet. You can download it yourself. It's actually like right here. But it is not jiving with it. It is just shutting everything down. Last time it shut my computer down hard. This time it actually froze and recovered. So you can go check it out yourself. So yeah, it's just really tough to believe this is the first time she heard this. And this changes a lot of things. Adriana states she didn't know until recently. Because if she didn't know when this happened, why would she be mad at all? The whole story doesn't make sense. She was either assaulted or she wasn't. And you know what else doesn't make sense? If I got to keep repeating myself, that she was told recently. Why would they do that? Why would they make a big deal out of nothing? Or what's more likely? What's a lot more likely? That she was coerced into making a statement. She was coerced into making a statement by Mizkif's crew, by Mizkif himself, by Mizkif's girlfriend, over something that she has no memory of. So we don't even know if she was told the truth. We actually have no idea how much she was coerced. We got some circumstantial evidence. I wish I would have paid a little more attention to this when I played it yesterday.
Speculation to what was happening with Slick. I didn't think of it as a rape, or honestly, I didn't think of it as a sexual assault at the time.
So she doesn't think of it as a sexual assault. In DMs, not only does she say, and I'm sorry for what happened with Slick, I know what it's like to be assaulted, right? She skips over it. She skips over it intentionally.
I'm sorry for everything that you had to
What she skipped over is important. And I didn't get that from the Salvo's original clip. Here's some money. Thanks so much. I do appreciate Born.
deal with today. Me mentioned Miz. And I said, I'm sorry for what happened with Slick. I know what it's like to be assaulted, blah, blah, blah. To deal with those feelings in the public eye is a lot. And she said, thank you so much for helping me with
Ship it, boys. Fucking bang to rights.
All right, here's what he's talking about. You know, silence the video here. If I can stretch it out, I can read it. All right, she starts off the video and says, I had no idea that it was sexual assault. She said she had no idea. Then she writes at the time and then realizes her mistake. And that's what Chud Logic found out. I got to fucking look at this closely. And I'm sorry for what happened in Slick. I know what it's like to be assaulted and feel triggered. And this is the part she went, no. And feel triggered. I can't read it that close. God, there's got to be a better way to look at this. Let's see.
Okay, Tommy, I think I found the clip on Twitter that you can't download.
Yeah, it's not that important now. All right, because this kind of got fucked up. This whole thing got fucked. All right, I want to start this over again.
That she didn't see it as an assault.
Added speculation to what was happening with Slick. I didn't think of it as a rape, or honestly, I didn't think of it
I see. She says it's not a rape or an assault. This is important.
as a sexual assault at the time.
So she doesn't think of it as a sexual assault. In DMs, not only does she say, and I'm sorry for what happened with Slick, I know what it's like to be assaulted.
But she referred to it as assault in private.
Right? She skips over it. She skips over it intentionally.
I'm sorry for everything that you had to deal with today. Me, Mitch, and Miz. And I said, I'm sorry for what happened with Slick. I know what it's like to be assaulted, feel triggered, blah, blah, blah. To deal with those feelings in the public eye is a lot. And she said, thank you so much for helping me with
Flip it and ship it, boys. Fucking bang to rights. That
And she went, no, yeah, because she realized the mistake she made. She contradicted herself.
needs to be answered for. Why is there this inconsistency? Why did you say you didn't see it as a sexual assault before, but when you're in DMs with her, you reference it as, I know what it's like to be assaulted, suggesting you do see it as an assault at the time? And why did you skip over it? Why did you read everything else and not that part of the message?
She read the most important part. I know what it's like to be assaulted. Jesus.
Fucking bang to rights, baby.
Geniuses. It goes on, though.
Bang to rights. Don't forget, guys. Wait a second, let me find it quickly. I haven't got it on this computer. I need the Chud and Order meme.
What up,
with this.
bitch?
It's just a lot of anxiety.
Thanks so
I was
much,
there
Ben.
with her while she was writing it, but it was not like a, I'm not like holding a gun to this girl's head. I'm not like trying to pay her off. I'm not blackmailing her into saying what I want her to say.
Then why are you being dishonest now?
Exactly.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
So she's going after the allegations that she forced him into it, and she's denying it. But we already know she's willing to be dishonest. And you know what? If she was, and I got to be honest, I'm looking right now. I don't know if she was assaulted or not. I don't know if a creepy guy went in and out of his room trying to fucking see if she was in the mood. I don't know if she's sexually assaulted. I don't know if she's raped. There's no way to tell. Because apparently the people that witnessed the sexual assault only recently told her that she was sexually assaulted, which is ultra fucking convenient, super fucking convenient, because that makes this video makes no sense. That means that his cold response,
It's fucking like sexual harassment, right? I mean, like,
makes perfect sense. Because his cold response could have been based on the statements that both Slick and she initially agreed to. But that's cold because you were assaulted. Oh, I only found that out recently. Makes no sense. None of this makes sense. I wouldn't believe one word out of anybody that was involved in this, including her friends that protected her that night, unless they had fucking real-time cameras at several angles. So as far as I'm concerned, the story's dead. It doesn't matter. I don't know if she's assaulted or not. I don't think anybody can know. These people are completely and totally untrustworthy. So Mizkif makes his final statement. This is great. This is didn't this guy throw a guy out of a house for saying the N-word? Super funny. Super funny. Super
Did
funny.
he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I heard. Am I wrong about that? Somebody
I
come
don't
and
know.
correct me if I'm wrong. And he's really concerned about gambling degeneracy. Super funny. Super funny. Well, you got gambling off. Congratulations. Really was the Empire Strikes Back. The Empire struck back, and old Darth Vader Mizkif threw the Emperor. Gambling's gone forever, but he took him. Darth Vader died at the end. It was a good sacrifice. Good sacrifice. Darth Vader sacrificed himself. Hey guys, to update everyone, we found Crazy Slick and he's not harmed himself. After hearing from Adriana and the numerous women who have shared their experiences with him, it is clear that he is not the person he made himself out to be. How unbelievable is that statement? His best buddy. Adriana doesn't know what happened. You co-signed that. In terms of a living situation, Slick has been able to, been told to vacate the house as soon as possible because now we can't spin it anymore. But again, wouldn't it be crazy if one of those friends that was supposedly protecting her lied to her and said it was a lot worse than it was? And we know her friends aren't that fucking valid because they withheld that serious information that she was being fondled for years. I appreciate the support of those who were brave enough to come forward with their stories. This is just sucking off the left. Hit all the talking points. You know what this is? This is Kevin Spacey. I'm a gay man. This is what this is. You blessed all those people? I'm gay. Well, what the fuck's that got to do with it? Did you cover this up? I appreciate all the people that came forward about Slick. Same thing. A little while after Slick's misconduct came to light last year, I made some inexcusable statements. Why? On an alt stream after some messages came to me. Why? All you could have known at that time, because she only found out recently. Is that he touched her on her neck when she was unconscious, which kind of equates to sexual harassment. That's the cold-blooded statement you made. He signed off on it too. Apparently, none of her friends came out and said, that's bullshit. I was there. He fondled her breast. That guy's a creep. Stay away from him. And maybe they let everybody fucking down by not telling him. And that's why Livestream Fails has fucking this. Because this clears up the confusion. Oh, she was only told recently. If she was only told recently, this is not a cold statement. This is a statement of fact. Oh, but she was pushed into it. Well, what was she pushed into? Lying? She was only told recently. How could she have been pushed into something? She was only told recently. Get it? Are you seeing this? This is it's unlocked right here. She was told to tone it down. That's what we were all told fucking 24 hours ago. And we'll both agree it wasn't sexual assault. Well, that couldn't have happened if she was only told recently. Recently is the key. She can't tone something down. She can't be bullied into making a bullshit statement if she only recently happened to find a year and a half after she wrote the statement. Are you getting it? It makes no sense. Nothing makes sense. That's funny. That bitch of a girlfriend of Mizkif's, and Mizkif sat her down and said, hey, let's smooth this out. Let's just call it not sexual assault, even though it kind of was, and we'll work with you. That was the narrative yesterday, right, Matt?
Yeah, that was the narrative.
Okay. You can't tone something down if she didn't know it happened to begin with. Are you getting it, Twitch? You lying cunts? Are you getting it? It's impossible. She couldn't have been leaned on that hard. She cannot hold the fucking narrative that she was leaned on because of the power dynamic and kept the sexual assault quiet if she only recently learned about it. That is literally impossible. So nobody, there's no way to tell who's telling what the truth. I know they're all lying. That's what I think. Everybody. A little while Slick's conduct came to light last year. I made some excusable statements on an alt stream after some messages got back. How'd you make it? She only recently found out about it. How do you know? Did you know? Did you know? To Ariana and those affected by sexual harassment, that's interesting. I'm sorry for those statements. Sexual harassment, regardless of degree, can never be considered small. That's interesting. He has not conceded an essay yet. How much you want to bet that he fucking covered up for his friends? Because one of her friends, he probably believed that he made it up. That somebody in there that was taking care of her. This is a guess on my part. This is conspiracy. I admit that. He didn't trust the girl that was watching over him.
He concedes on essay, Tommy.
He concedes on essay? Well, we'll get that.
And on the tweet below he does. Yeah.
He does the tweet below he does? He concedes that's okay, regardless. Oh, that's right. So wait a minute. To make it clear, harassment. Okay, so he concedes on essay. Jesus Christ, they can't even fucking have somebody look it over. I chose my world poorly. How could you have known you chose your world poorly? You didn't know it was essay. So when did you know it was essay? When did you know? What did you know? When did you know it? It's real simple. And we'll never find out. That is impossible to find out unless you can pull up DMs. I'll tell you what would really fuck up things for Adriana if they found out it was sexual assault. They find her talking about sexual assault a little longer than recently. But then you can always say, well, that's what I meant by recently. It was about 8 months ago. Oh, it was about a year ago. You can do it for it. That's the great thing about recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, recently. It was 2 years ago. So I'm saying it was a year ago. It was within the last year. That's the wonderful thing about recently. It's like YouTube TOS. Do what you want. I chose my words poorly. So you knew. So you know. Additionally, a series of private messages from 2018 were posted, and I said some reprehensible things. I've opened up my past many times on stream, and I'll address it again here. I was dumb, edgy guy who said a lot of stupid things to my friends to come off funny and cool. Now you're in a business where being edgy was a part of making money online, and then you found a better way to make living, and that particular audience that you currently pander to finds that old thing you did fucking-hensible. It's not. It's actually better than your content, I'm sure. I'm sure it's light years better. And I'm sure you're not against the old content. I'm sure, like this entire situation, you're lying. I'm sure you're lying about, like, I mean, let's think about this. So one fucking degenerate gambler on Twitch ran up a $300,000 bill. And now Twitch is now worth less money. People have lost their fucking jobs, their future income, because he wanted a virtue signal. And let's pretend he did know about the essay. Let's pretend he knew about the essay when this happened, which he probably didn't. Or who the fuck knows? I don't know.
I think there's literally none. Because the reality is, worst comes to worst of it, it's fucking, like, sexual harassment, right? I mean, like, no one...
How much... Does that guy sound like he gives a fuck about gambling?
No.
No! None of these people care about sexual assault and gambling. It's a tool. It's a club. And what happened is, he probably not even... He might be this stupid. Or maybe he was. Maybe XQC and all of them realized this guy's been trying to clip us. He finally tried something to clip us. Well, we're going to drop the nuclear bomb before he does. Because I want to know how the fuck Trainwrecks knew that he covered this up. The timeline doesn't make sense. I'm sorry to everyone affected by this situation. I made bad judgment calls based on what I was led to believe. Maybe. I tell you something, I would never apologize. If I was made to believe that she was only touched on the neck, I probably would have tried to save my friend. And I probably would have made a bunch of cold statements saying, look, it's just... So, is he saying... He concedes, like, to be clear, the harassment was about the Discord logs and his comments... And comments Slick made towards every girl who came forward. Slick sexually assaulted Adriana. How do you know? How do you know? Were you there? He doesn't know. Adriana doesn't know. I bet Slick doesn't know whether he did it or not. I think that's fair to say. He said he was drunk too. What kind of fucking girl leave checks on somebody over and over again? Not a great guy. You don't know if she did get raped. Nobody knows. I also want to apologize to OTK, our staff and partners who trust me every day and represent the organization the best I can. I was informed that the organization is in the process of contracting a third party to investigate the actions above. I'll just quit. Thank you to everyone who supported me. Yeah, you can be edgy again. Well, not on Twitch, you can.
He becomes Ice Poseidon's cameraman.
I know, that'd be great. None of this makes sense. Everybody's lying. None of it makes sense. It doesn't make sense. Part one. It doesn't make sense that her friends didn't tell her it was SA right away. Part two. If that was the case, if she only found recently, Mizkif's original cold comments are completely understandable because it's what both the victim and the victimizer both agreed on. It doesn't make sense that she only recently found out about these cold statements. And that also brings to the setup, when did she find out that it was SA? And it doesn't make sense that her friends didn't tell her it was SA until recently. Nothing makes sense. And it also doesn't make sense that she was told to water down her public statement if she didn't know she was sexually assaulted. That's a wrap, folks. And that's the end of that story. It is amazing to me what these kids will do to get at each other. In a real line of work, you just fucking snitch. In regular work, you just snitch to the boss like, Davidson came in like 15 minutes late when he didn't. This job, you just throw sexual assault charges. How do I go after somebody? I want fucking train wrecks off the site. What do I got to do? Oh, God, the fucking gambling. He's making so much gambling money. Perfect. Some guy just ran up a $300,000 tab. Let's use it. And we know for a fact Pokemon's done that before. For a fact, Jack.
The thing is, it worked.
It worked. Yeah, he got it. He got all fucking. He got it blasted. Thank God Poker didn't go. Boy, Poker Stars would have had a heart. You know, Poker Stars would have leaned on Twitch. I guarantee it. Because you know, Poker Stars doesn't have poker celebrities. Like, you know how they used to get them from like ESPN and big poker TV events. Yeah. They don't get them anymore. They're all streamers. They got rid of pretty much all the live pros. There's only like one last, like Lex Velhost. That's it. And he came from online originally, but he did a lot of TV.
Yeah.
Now they're all streamers. I guarantee you, Stars would have leaned on them. That's a $1 billion company. So they're willing to destroy themselves to get back at other people, which is a lot more likely. Now, I also want to say, and I'm sure it'll be twisted, I don't really care all that much. I don't know if this girl, Adriana, is lying. I don't know. In fact, she could have been lied to, and the reactions would make much sense. But I got to be honest with you. Yesterday I heard her like, well, I didn't tell anybody. It's the same thing like when somebody makes like a late allegation 2 years after the fact. Well, I didn't go because the cops won't believe me. I didn't go because I didn't think anybody would believe me. I didn't go. And then she kind of does that too. But the only difference between Adriana is she was kind of forced into this. They had to push her to come forward with this.
This is how it is as a woman on Twitch. If something happens to you, you are not allowed to say anything. And that's why I didn't say anything for 2.5 or 1.5.
Yeah. Convenient.
Yeah.
Convenient.
My theory was...
It could be true, but it's awful fucking convenient. Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
This is how it is as a woman on Twitch. If something happens to you, you are not allowed to say anything. And that's why I didn't say anything for 2.5 or 1.5 years.
This is just to be sure. This is when this first statement came out, when she was a lot more pissed off at her friend leaking it than anything else.
You know what I mean? I didn't say anything because as a woman on Twitch, and this happens in the Minecraft community too.
And we see this all the time. We've seen this on like allegations out of nowhere. Well, I didn't do it as a woman. It's just talking points. It means less than nothing. You either have the goods or you don't. And I can afford to say that because, like, I don't know, I don't watch Stardust. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not under the same code Stardust is under is not mine. What's that?
I'm saying my theory was might have been like a game of telephone at the party. Like one person saw it, told that person told that person, that person.
That's not credible though. That's I think it's really logical. That's not credible though. I mean, nobody. That's still my thing. If that's true, my thing. Nobody knows what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
The least it was Adriana. I think I could safely say Slick. And I don't know if I could trust the people that waited a year and a half to tell her she was sexually assaulted. Nobody's credible. Not Adriana, not Maya. Like Maya was completely fucking unaware that this is what this might do. And what could have Maya possibly pressured her into? She didn't know. How do they pressure in her not to talk about SA and water it down when she only found out recently? I can't believe they're all lying. Did you miss the funny, goofy shows? I sure do. Oh, shut the fuck up. I do funny, goofy shows. Fucking, I almost want to ban him in the goddamn. Ban him from the chat. Seriously.
That's Kite.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck him. I've been doing this for months, and I do one fucking show like this. Ban Kite from fucking the chat.
He's not chatting.
Ban him from donating. Oh, anything. One fucking show. One show, you son of a bitch. One. And I had to do it to point out the inconsistency, you prick. You finished prick. Yeah, I'm triggered. Fuck yeah. I'll take your fucking calls. Not from Extreme Dad right away, though. I gotta warn you. I want intelligent calls. You know what? Thanks to Kite, I don't want any goofy calls. No saying the N-word. Sorry to ruin your fun. Berserker 21. Thank you.
Hello.
How are you? How can I help you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
No.
What a shit show this is, right?
It's over. It's done. The deed's been done.
Like,
it's just funny. Hell. It's just funny. I just wanted to point out before the story closes, because it starts here and we figure it out first, that there's no way to know that anybody's telling the truth about anything. There's no way to know that he was cold. There's no way to know that he made her water it down. There's no way to know anything.
Like, I actually kind of feel sorry for the girl because like she has no way of knowing like what actually happened.
If anything happened, that's a possibility too. I think that is. Whereas a joke, I think it's on the table. Considering the company they keep, loser Twitch fucking people that will use stuff like this and swing their audience at you.
I like to imagine like we could have had a whole drama of laughing at some Arabic guy who barely talks and like scamming people out of 300K or something like that.
Could you send me 10 grand? Yeah, that guy was great.
Yeah,
he barely speaks. It was
fucking hilarious.
It was great.
And instead we're stuck with this.
That guy's the happiest guy on earth. He's not on Twitch now. Twitch, the thing is, it's so typical. I think you can make a case to get him to platform because he's using Twitch fans to fund this habit. All right, what they should do: get rid of his Twitch account and fucking ban him on the platform. If you want to be really compassionate, you show us that you got GA help, Gamblers Anonymous. Maybe we'll let you back on, but no gambling content. That's the agreement way. If they were not, just do what you normally do. Fuck them. Yeah. But no, they wanted gambling completely. It's such a typical overcorrection. And guess what? It's an overcorrection because they wanted to virtue signal in. Now they don't give a fuck.
No, and I think like this whole situation shows that none of these people give a shit about anything of this.
Other than social media climbing. Anything.
Yeah. Like, they don't care about the sexual assault. They don't care about gambling. They don't care about any of this. They don't probably even care about the scamming. Like, maybe if they lend him some money, then maybe because it touches them. But otherwise, they don't give a shit.
Nah, they don't give nothing. They're bad people. All of them. Garbage cans. The only one I'd fucking mildly listen to, and I think his politics are enough for Destiny, but at least he's reasonably honest. Although we've got caught him in a few. He wasn't real honest when I talked to him. That's different. He probably just couldn't lose a debate. Live talking about the Twitch gambling ban. Yes, he's talking about it. I saw that in the chat. But much more stuff. Man, looking forward to my fans fund my debilitating gambling addiction. He's so not funny. There you go. Like there you go. Is that what you wanted to know, chat? That person in the chat? He's made an unfunny comment. Surprise, surprise. Right in the eyes.
He did a stream and he was pulling like 100 people.
Yeah, he's so good. All right, Berserker, thanks so much. Let's go fucking Joey Westside. What do you want, you degenerate gambler? Hello?
Joey, are you drunk? Are you asleep?
Probably.
I'm here.
Well,
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I didn't
do you
realize.
see the problem? Do you see the problem with recently? Do you see the problem? Like, you can't. Mizkif could not have leaned in her to water it down when she didn't know? Am I crazy here?
Yeah, you are crazy, but you're not crazy on this. Yeah,
as usual. What's on your mind?
No, I'm talking about like Twitch. If Twitch ban like gambling, like, what the fuck does that do? If people want to gamble, they will gamble.
Well, I don't know. Ask Mizkif because it was his fucking virtue signal. Don't ask me. Fuck the find out.
I don't understand it. Like, because if I want to like go gamble, like it's so annoying. Like,
you don't know. It depends. One day it'll be we're doing it for
Twitch.
there's too many kids on here, and then you point out the fact that people are fucking online.
Do you know what that is? Too many kids, mate. Who lets their fucking kid watch a gambling stream?
Yeah.
Speaking of fucking online, did you see the clip of the girl that got railed online?
Yeah, that was funny. She was.
There was another clip of it. They found another clip where she was like full on like riding it, tits out, fucking dick out, like everything.
Nice.
You know, when I want a quickie, I don't get to make any money. Jesus. Let's go to Monkey Man. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, finish that. I'll get you back, Monkey Man.
No, sorry, I got nothing to finish. I just said I don't know what it achieves by banning fucking.
It doesn't achieve anything, and it's not supposed to, other than maybe cutting into the income of their Twitch enemies. That's what it achieves. Monkey Man, you're on here.
Remember back in the 50s when we didn't listen to women's opinions?
Yes.
Yeah. Monkey Man 2024. I'm bringing this shit back, baby. Let's go.
All right, get out of here. Fucking weirdo.
Fucking idiot.
Monkey Man. Remember back in the 50s? Were you born in 2005? Jesus Christ. All right. This should be funny. Put a one in the chat if Extreme Dad's going to make this call about himself. Go! Extreme Dad, you're on the air on Shot from the Point.
You gotta unmute Extreme Dad.
Unless I muted him. No, I didn't.
No, he's not muted.
Yeah, why would I mute him?
Extreme Dad, you have to unmute.
I gotta mute the stream really quick. Hold on.
He's the worst. The worst.
Okay, so first of all, you can't tell people they were sexually assaulted. That breaks their brain. Look at the Brock Turner case. Like, you can't, there's something about that when you tell a girl she was sexually assaulted, that fucks with her head, and you just can't do that to people.
What if they were sexually assaulted, Extreme Dad? What I'm sorry, I can't tell you. Hey, this guy just came in, hit you over the head, committed sodomy right in front of me, spilled the DNA all over the fucking couch he was doing it on, but I can't say anything because it might fuck with your head.
They need to come to that conclusion on their own.
Oh, okay. No, that is the most. What? You're a genius.
Listen, you can tell them, hey, this person,
thanks.
They were having sex with you while you were unconscious.
Oh,
hey,
and I don't think you gave consent.
I don't think you gave consent.
Yeah.
No, but you can't go up to somebody and say you were raped.
No. Say that. Okay.
No.
All right.
Especially about situations like this.
Yeah. You're a real expert on this. You and Papa Gut should do a podcast.
We're not talking about a cut and dry black and white situation.
No.
We're talking about an ambiguous. What if? Where people put this idea in their head, and that fucks with people, especially in today's day.
You can't do it. Well, here's the thing: if I see it if I go in the room and Joey's screaming, squeezing an unconscious fucking 17-year-old's tits in London, I'm gonna tell the girl he did that. How about that?
You know it's gonna happen.
Okay, you can totally do that.
What?
And it's up to her to come to a conclusion whether or not that's
it happened. Okay, well, that's so. What are you telling me not to do? You dummy.
Define it as rape, like
what are you
sexual
talking
assault.
about? You're
like
so
that.
funny.
Like,
you're so weird. Do you have a girlfriend?
You just can't do that to people, man. They
No,
can't
I guess you
handle it.
can't.
They can't process it.
Yeah.
You can't go up to somebody and say you were raped. They just cannot process.
You can't do it.
Of course, he doesn't have a girlfriend. Listen to him.
Like the Brock Turner case is a clear example of this.
All right. Okay. You just can't
Brock
do
Turner
it.
was an innocent angel who did nothing wrong.
Whoa. Okay.
Who's Brock Turner?
Brock Turner's the guy who raped a girl.
Well, that's actually not true. First of all.
Oh,
But
get him on
okay.
another rant.
What? I mean,
Brock
I'm
Turner?
pretty sure Brock Turner was the guy who like raped an unconscious girl and was found guilty but didn't serve any time back in like.
Oh. That was it because he knew his dad was like a judge or some shit.
Dad wrote a letter to the judge.
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was an innocent angel and who did nothing wrong, and that's all I've got to say about that.
Yeah. Okay. Have a good day, sir.
Oh, okay. Extreme Dad with the
Extreme
fucking
Dad's
hot take.
entitled to his
Yeah, hot take.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know. Maybe he's right. Fucking girls are liars. I don't know. Fuck the farm.
That's how I've got away with it for so long. I just say, well, she's a liar. If you want from her, she's a liar.
All right. Let's check out Foxy Wolf. Hey, Foxy Wolf. Hey, Extreme Dad. Have you ever loved somebody? Probably not with that attitude. No. No. Foxy Wolf, you're on the air. How can I help you, Foxy Wolf?
Hi, this whole Twitch stuff, it's starting to kind of get annoying.
I think it's
I don't
over.
know.
I think it's over after this. There's nowhere to go.
Good.
It's kind of short. It stopped short.
You
I
heard
think,
about
I think what's going to
Hassan-
happen. The only thing you're going to hear is a bunch of people getting like, I don't know if the sphere, Mink story is pretty funny. God, maybe I should cover that.
I guess. I don't know.
Well, the Irish girl that said I was misogynist apparently has been accused of telling a girl at a party of hers to take her clothes off and she wouldn't do it, and then she cut her off.
No.
What was that?
She went to bed. She went to bed drunk, and the guys tried to get the other girl to take her clothes off.
Yeah.
And then she like listened to her story and said that she felt bad for her and stuff, and said I'm sorry, but then like kicked her out of the house and said she couldn't come back and all this stuff.
Yeah, get out. Take your shirt off. God. Sorry, Foxy Wolf. It's your phone call. You have the floor.
It's okay. Well, actually, have you heard that I Show Speed is actually one strike away from getting terminated?
I'm not surprised. With the guy walks the edge.
I have a clip of it. I
Thanks,
can send
Brock.
it to you through Twitter. Hold on.
All right. Holy
He
shit!
talks
You
about
can't
it.
believe that where that guy says either, because he's just funny. That's why you can't believe him. Yeah, I want. You send me something? You gotta be quicker than that.
Hold on then. Wait.
Send it right to me. How old are you? by
Never
the
mind.
way?
I'll send it to Matt.
How old are you, Foxy Wolf?
How old
How old are you?
18.
Yeah, you're a kid. I knew you were a kid. All right, send it when you got it.
Nice.
Talk to you later, Foxy Wolf.
Fresh.
All right.
Just leave her alone.
Joey.
Bye.
Jesus Christ.
I don't fucking care. Legal. My favorite Jewish girl. God, what happened? You put the shinny curse on me? What the fuck?
Whoa.
I started choking.
I don't think you can say that, Tommy. Jesus.
On purpose.
She says kike all the time. Every time she calls, and now I'm
You
fucking...
can't say it either. Okay.
Oh,
all
sorry.
right.
I think I see Tommy's nose growing.
Stop. Stop. Nah, that's not funny. All right, what's up? What's up, Seth?
No, I was just gonna, like, considering, we talked about it earlier about the Mink stuff, like the girl who called you a misogynist. What do you think of that?
I think it's great.
The tweet and shit, right?
As they say in Irish.
Yeah, do you think it's legitimate? Or not?
I have to look into it more. I really can't say so. I think it's funny already. How about that? Somebody called me a misogynist.
Okay, yeah, I'll agree on that. I feel like that's the irony.
Sloan Lath, bitch, as they say in Ireland.
Karma.
Harvey Weinstein, can't believe these Jezebels. Too funny. Too funny. We got another waiting to call. Do you have anything else?
Another innocent man rotting in
I'll leave
jail.
Seth in
Harvey
here. I don't care.
Weinstein.
Let's see. Decade under the influence. Sounds
Hey.
familiar. Hey, what's up? How can I help you?
So there's a rumor going around that Pokimane is in the she's in the process of making an OnlyFans. What's your opinion on that?
She's not. No way. She doesn't need to.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. Keem just tweeted it.
Wait a minute. Well, it must be true. What?
Dude, I swear. No
Also,
cap.
also,
Come on, look it up.
Look it up. No, I don't see it. What are you lying? You're a lying sack.
No, he wasn't deleted it.
Get out of here. Bye. You jerk off.
Fucking moron.
He fucking he trolled me to the point where I fucking looked it up. I'm just feeling like such a dummy.
He has the goal to come in and then like
He
just say,
trolled
look
me.
it
He
up.
got me.
That was funny.
He totally got me. I'm looking at him. What do you mean? No. Jeffrey Epstein. That would have been a bigger story than this. Fuck rape. Pokemon's making OnlyFans. Jeffrey Epstein. Thank you. Jeffrey Epstein. Any last calls? And calling it a night? Massage anywhere.
Yeah. Did you know that Hassan, Trainwrecks, XQC, Adriana, Pokimane all had a call on Twitch?
Not really.
Somebody sent me this. I'll send you. But the thing is, I think it's kind of null and void already. I'm gonna show you something somebody sent me. It's like, did Pokimane know? It doesn't matter if they knew or not, because she didn't know. She didn't know until recently. So, thanks for. I'm not mad at this guy or anything. Did Pokimane slip up? Did she know about Crazy Slick situation? Well, everybody knew about it at least in 2021. So, like, there's no, like, this was sent to me.
He was exactly. I wasn't sure if he was accusing.
Here's what she said. Yeah, it's almost like reasonable that, like, people are sending this to me, and I'm like, it's almost kind of like reasonable that she wouldn't have known. It actually makes a certain amount of sense that she wouldn't have known.
Ms. of SA or Slick or the context in general. And so the way that we reacted, Train and XQC found that dismissive of the situation. I really hope you didn't feel that way. I know it's very,
let me
very...
watch the clip.
Hold on, let's hear. Here, let's reverse.
And what he was saying exactly, I wasn't sure if he was accusing Ms. of SA or Slick or the context in general. And so the way that we reacted, Train and XQC found that, and what he was saying exactly, I wasn't sure if he was accusing.
I think this is a nothing burger, and the reason I think it's a nothing burger is because we can't be sure what people knew when we knew it, because they are now. She is on the record saying she only recently found out. That means the people that witnessed her sexual assault waited over a year, like 17 or 18 months to tell her. So why would anybody know she was assaulted or like it doesn't matter if they knew. We can't even. I don't think this is the funny part. I hope this is worth the Mizkif. We really can't even be mad at Mizkif for leaning on her to kind of like smooth the situation out, because she didn't know she was sexually assaulted when they were supposedly leaning on her. Is everybody getting this? Am I crazy here?
Yeah, no, I get it.
I feel like people aren't getting this. Doesn't make any sense. So whether she knew, like, we don't know when she knew, like, yeah, Pokimane and Sana are totally off the hook.
What you're saying is there was no op to get to convince her it wasn't assault, because she didn't know it wasn't
She
assault.
couldn't know. Right? There couldn't see. All right, I believed that yesterday, but now there's no way to know.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I believe they told her she was sexually assaulted right away. Here. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I personally believe, right? But I'm going to go. It's what I personally believe and what makes sense on what we know about the public stations are two different things. Here's what I think happened. I think that the guy more than likely went in there and ran his hands on her boobs, right? I believe that the people in there told her and fucking made a big stink about it. I believe that Maya and Mizkif got together and tried to smooth it fucking out with Adriana's cooperation. I believe that thing pretty much went on for the longest time, and people knew, but they didn't know. They knew something fucking happened. It was something along the lines of sexually harassed battery, but most of the Twitch community either knew it by rumor or knew it pretty good chance it was 100% true. Nobody gave a fuck until this Nova person leaked it in 2021. And nobody gave that much of a fuck even then. Only when Trainwrecks did it did people actually give a shit.
What do you
and
think
here's what I personally believe. I'm not sure Maya gave a shit or Adriana gave a shit.
No.
I'm not 100% convinced.
Well, do you think this girl got drunk at a party? She was flirting with that guy. And
I'm
then
sure
she
he-
getting too drunk, passed out, and then he went in there, tried to flirt with her more, and then she was passed out, and he left.
Well, here's what I can say. I have no idea. There's no way we can know anything to happen because somebody's fucking lying more than likely.
But that's the most logical
Yeah.
explanation.
You know,
That's
here's
what I
another
think
thing.
happened.
Here's another possibility though too. Maybe he did go in there, and maybe he is drunk, and maybe he ran his hands through her hair or what have you, and maybe he said, "Fucking get the fuck out of here," and he didn't go back. Well, you know what? That's not SA.
No, it's not. It's
That's
creepy,
being a
but it's not
fucking
sexual assault.
creepazoid. And apparently, those people told her only recently it was more than that.
Yeah.
So they're all lying. Pokemon News. One for me.
Yeah, Tommy, did you want to watch the actual clip that you couldn't download?
Not really. Not particularly.
Okay.
Why?
All right.
It's important.
Well, I got it, so I was just wondering if you
Is
wanted
it going to be the same?
Yeah, just give me a second. I'll send it to you.
Pokemon has some more for Karina Cough after what?
No, that's not it.
Which gambling man? Okay. MP. Okay. Oh, that's just. This is in the same web. Oh, okay. I got it. Yeah.
I got it. There's a
look at
tweet of it
I
too.
can't
Just give
look
me a
at it
second.
in.
Yeah, just give me a second. There's a tweet of it too. I just gotta find it real quick.
Well, the Scotland game just ended. They beat Ukraine 3-0.
Good. Good. They deserve it for starting all that trouble with Russia.
That's it. I just sent it to you.
Oh, here we go. Bet Zelensky's pissed.
Question. I've only recently figured out and found out, especially without sitting, that it's sexual assault. Because even yesterday we looked up the definition on stream, and that's what it was.
Well, it's like even when that stuff happens to you, you don't immediately.
Wait a minute. That kind of changes everything. Does that mean she knew? Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Question. I've only recently figured out and found out, especially without sitting, that it's sexual assault. Because even yesterday we looked up the definition.
So that could be interpreted a couple different ways. Yesterday we heard about boobies. Boobies never came out of her mouth, right? As far as we know, right?
Chest.
What she could be saying here is the touching of the neck is the sexual assault. And she only found out recently because she looked it up online. I can't believe you made me say that!
Man, this girl is so close to being attractive if it wasn't for that, swollen tongue.
Stop it.
No, I'm joking.
Tommy checked my pulse through my prostate. Yes. Thanks, Nick. There's no way to tell. They're awful as shit.
Let's see what else she says.
Definition on stream, and that's what it was.
Well, it's like
on stream, because even yesterday we looked up the definition on stream, and that's what it was.
Well, it's like even when that stuff happens to you, you don't immediately. Your first reaction is like, that didn't actually happen. Like, it's not as bad as it's not that bad. You know what I mean? Because like you try to gaslight yourself, so of course you're gonna say that at first.
And only hearing word of mouth, like I've only heard that screenshot for so long, and for up until we talked about it, because it's not something I brought up to my friends. Oh, by the way, like that thing that you texted me, that screenshot that everyone has seen where it's like, oh, just guy with the black Justin Bieber hair, and that whole time
I can't understand her.
I was just told he touched my neck and like my wrist and tried to check my pulse. And then I found out as we were writing that twit longer that he touched my chest.
Okay, so now we're back to zero. Okay.
Yeah.
But the way
Square
she
one.
made it sound at first was the next thing qualifies as sexual assault, what I don't think anybody believes. No, he touched her chest, but she only recently found out that, which is fucking almost unbelievable. Again,
now, in fairness, if he's checking her pulse and he can't find it in her neck and he can't find it in her wrist, when he tried the chest as well.
Titties?
And like I'm
Check
just saying,
Twitch hypocrisy. You can't gamble on stream. Might get the kids hooked. By the way, your kids aspire to be a Twitch streamer. 95% of the streamers. What did he say? 95% appeared. 95% appeared to get views. Spin the wheel, kids. Yeah, that's true.
gamble.
Yeah, that is gambling. But you know what? That's the only reason I don't. That's why, because Americans are uptight about gambling. All right,
Yeah.
I've lived in Europe a long time. Yeah, Americans are uptight. Like we literally have. I'm walking distance from a bookmaker right now, and it's legal. I can literally turn on PokerStars and put a bet on a fucking game tomorrow for something.
Yeah.
Like anything, anywhere, and any way.
You could literally load up PokerStars right now and bet $1,000 on red.
Easy, no problem.
Do you know what I mean? You can put $1,000
but see,
on
the
red.
thing is, there's, I think it's because of prohibition and other stuff. It's more of a, in the States, it's more of a, it's considered more evil in the States than it is in Europe, I think. Like they know about like it's the Americans are fucking Victorian and uptight. Let's be honest.
Well, you've been to England, Tommy. You know, on every street corner in England, there's a betting shop.
Same
There's
here.
a betting shop. Do you know what I
Same
mean?
here in Germany.
Yeah,
Same here in
yeah.
Wiesbaden. It's not that
But
big
it's
a deal.
normalized,
I remember,
I mean-
like you gotta dude, there's a whorehouse, like pretty around the corner from me. You know,
But
and it's
I
totally
remember
legal.
being
It's like,
like-
that
being
was
a
shocking.
teenager.
My point is that was shocking to me 16 years ago, 17, whenever the fuck I moved here. Right. It's not shocking to me anymore. But I can't forget that is like back home people are like, oh wow, you can smoke weed in Netherlands and you can get hookers in Germany and Romania and fucking you could gamble on any street corner. Like that's a big deal to Americans. So it's more, I don't know what to say. It's more taboo. That's the word. It's more taboo in the States. So you have all these Americans and Canadians making a big fucking deal out of it. So to me, you and me who's lived in Europe for fucking ever now, almost half my life, right? And you grew up in this shit. So it's just like, what are you guys fucking trying to solve here? You know.
Well, you know, Tommy. They say life in and of itself is a gamble, and I lost. So.
Yeah, a leg. Maybe you get it back. You think? You know, break even.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Well, you did. You did break even. You lost it again.
Yeah.
It sounds like she wasn't sure what it should be labeled. Yeah, that's what it sounded like. But then she went on to say she touched her test, but also Slick touching her while she was unconscious is beyond creepy. If it happened. And I think it's okay, Brandon, to fucking question the people that were in the room. I don't think they're credible. They only recently told her breasts were touched, which changes things dramatically from your neck being touched. They only recently told her that. Her words, not mine. So I think we can at least consider the fact that somebody lied about what happened. For revenge, for pettiness, for attention. I just want to get back alive and
Yeah.
So, as I close, as this gets swept under the rug, as people's lives get ruined, maybe like we're not. You're thinking of the fucking big streamers. Like, what about the little ones that had little gambling fucking commercial deals? Bye. What about, who knows if Slick did this shit or not? Nobody's credible. The people that said they saw they were assaulted just didn't happen to tell her until recently. We can't really be mad for fucking, we can't get mad for Mizkif leaning on her to water down the statement. Because we know now she only found out recently. What did he lean on her for? What did she water down? I'd love to, that's the first question. What did you water down when they fucking leaned on you? Did you leave the neck out? Because she said she only recently found out. It's beyond bizarre. Beyond bizarre. See, are we doing? You want to do an after show or what? Are we doing one?
I got it scheduled if you want to do it.
Let's do it. After show, you got to be a fucking member. We'll take calls in there if you want. I don't fucking know. I'm going right in there after this.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-Town, the King's home, slapping fives, black stones, 6 mile to danger zones. Bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated the evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a head.
Where's Isaac Height?
And Adriana is a clout chaser.
Oh,
So
Mate,
am I.
you'll never guess